Welcome back to Make Sense, the podcast. Today's video is sponsored by The Contributionist Compromise, written by Carl Fisk. Make sure you check the book out after this video. The website is right here on your screen. Enjoy the video and enjoy the book too. Peace.
I'm Carl Fisk. I'm an ethicist and an author, and I am currently working in economic philosophy. I'm sure you guys have heard, don't know if y'all have been keeping an eye out, but there's problems out there, and it can feel overwhelming. Like there's an absolute never-ending torrent of things that we need to deal with. Got some good news for you. They all have their roots in the same problem: economic inequality and greed. Right now, corporations and the billionaires who run them are trying to wring every single dollar that they can out of our communities and out of us as individuals. And we need to stop them. I've written a book. It's called The Contributionist Compromise. When we're talking about social change, and especially economic social change, the thing that we keep getting caught up on is that we can't get enough of society on the same page. People come through, they pitch communism, they pitch socialism, and the right in this country has been so trained to resist those ideas that there's no realistic hope of pushing them through. We need to get the working class right on the same side as the working class left. Because all of these other problems, whether it be identity politics, immigration, whatever you want to talk about, these are all being used to distract us from the real problem. These are a smokescreen. The problem is the rich people want to rob us blind, and they control the media. And they have found out that it's very easy, as soon as we start agitating for better wages, for more fair taxes, and we actually start coming together like we did in Occupy Wall Street, all of a sudden they push on immigration issues, they push on identity politics issues, and then suddenly everyone forgets that they're being robbed, and that ultimately our issues come down to that. So, what do we need? We need a system that is not something that tears everything down. We don't have time for that right now. We need a system that uses what we currently have with ethical guidelines to ensure that people are actually being paid fairly for their time, and that communities through that have resiliency, have the ability to take care of themselves and each other. Contributionism is the way to do that. So I've published this book. You can get it through Barnes & Noble. You can get it through pretty much any distributor that you want. You can get it through Amazon, but I would beg you to please not. I've also launched a website, economicdecency.org. Check it out. If you don't have time to read the whole book, I understand. Things are busy. We're all working as hard as we can just to make ends meet. I understand you might not have that time. So go to economicdecency.org. It will explain the system to you right there. You can also buy a digital version online at that website. And guess what? I'm a bad capitalist. I have put no measures to make sure that you don't share it with other people for free. So download the PDF, send it to your friends, make a book club. We need unity if we want to overcome the people in power, because they have money, they have power. What we have is we have strength in numbers. So check out the website, check out the system. The only way we are going to actually succeed in the fight against the people trying to steal our country from us and destroy our world for profit is if we can all come together. And contributionism offers a legitimate solution that can actually appeal to the working class right. I know it's easy to feel hopeless, it's easy to feel powerless, but contributionism actually provides us with an actionable way to force the change that we need. The book will teach you how to do that, the website will teach you how to do that. We live in a capitalist society, you vote with your wallets. Check out the website, check out the book, and it will teach you how to do that so that we can take some control and some power back into our own hands.
I'm Kirsten.
And I'm Dielle.
Make sense?
So welcome back to another video. This is episode 6. Woo, woo, woo.
Yeah.
If you are new to the channel, we want to go ahead and tell you to subscribe right now. Like this video, share this video with everybody you know. And if you are a returning viewer, you already know we love you. Appreciate that. Appreciate your support. Go ahead and subscribe and like and share if you haven't already too. So with that being said, today we are getting into the Matrix. And so, how do you define the Matrix? Let us know in the comments down below. What is the Matrix to you?
Exactly. What do y'all think the Matrix is? Because we're going to tell you right now what the Matrix is to us. And no, we're not talking about the movie. We're talking about real life.
That the movie was probably based off of. But anyway.
Pretty much. Pretty much. What the Matrix is to us, it's a collective consciousness. It's a premeditated programming, and it includes rules and limitations that are placed on you from birth.
Yeah, so you were born right into the Matrix from the very second that you hit the oxygen.
Mm-hmm.
You're on the conveyor belt.
You were in there. I'm talking about in it. You were in there. So, and it's very funny because when you think about the Matrix that way as basically a collective consciousness, who does that remind you of? Like, as soon as you say that, like, what figure do you think of when you hear that, like, collective consciousness? Who does that remind you of?
Oh, hell no. Is this a trick question?
It is. I'm going to give you a hint.
Okay.
Religion.
Okay. The Pope.
Close. I was going to say Jesus.
Okay.
Yes, because I grew up Christian. I believe in God, but I'm not necessarily Christian anymore. I mean, I'm Christian, but I don't know. Okay, nigga, I don't know. But what I do know is that his teachings were literally telling people to raise their consciousness and to break out of the Matrix. Like, he never came nor mentioned people worshiping him or anything like that. He was literally just trying to, like, raise people's consciousness and let people know that they can do whatever they put their minds to, basically. And he kind of just, like, went around and was able to convince people of that. And then people ended up curing themselves of diseases and all types of stuff because they simply believed, because Jesus told them to believe. So he was able to change, like, collective consciousness. And we still follow his teachings today. Especially when dealing with the Matrix. So imagine that. Imagine Jesus telling you to break out the Matrix.
Yeah, I kind of wish he did say it like that, because then when they have people that just follow what he says but not actually execute what he's saying. But that's a different topic for a different day.
If you knew that's what exactly he was trying to get you to do, but he didn't say it directly, would you do it?
Let us know in the comments.
Would you do it?
What y'all got to say about this one?
Exactly.
But, yep.
To just dive in deeper to that, when we talk about the Matrix, when you're born, you're automatically given an identity and limitations based on where you are.
Principles of the Matrix.
Exactly. And when you're given that identity, it also determines how you operate within the Matrix. So based off of your environment, your race, your gender,
religion,
schools, jobs, all that stuff determines what piece of the puzzle you are in the Matrix. Literally, it's like you're born, and then they look at you and everything around you, and then they stamp you with something, and then you grow up thinking, "Oh, this is me," and then it's like, is it really you? Who told you that was you? Was it really you? Did you say that this was you, or did they say that was you? Clock that. You're not clocking it. This is not something that's invisible. This is something that you can really see. Like, as long as you look around you, you can see like where they placed you at. And once you're able to see where they place you at, then you can decide, okay, do I really want to label myself as this, or do I want to break out and label myself as something else?
Yeah, because you can literally choose who you want to be. You can be whoever you want to be.
Exactly.
I'm sure you've heard that 1,000 times probably growing up. And if you haven't, I'm sorry. But you can be whoever you want to be as long as you put your mind to it and believe in yourself. And the thing is that the Matrix is nothing but limitations and division and perfection. But none of that really exists. And so all you have to do is realize that we were limitless. And we're a lot more expansional than we seem to think as a general collective.
Exactly.
So,
yeah.
But
you also got to remember that you're trained Like, you've been trained since birth.
Literally.
Like, we all have been trained. We were given like rules. We were given how to move in the world. We were given
how to think,
how to eat, all types of stuff. Like, you've been trained for a long time. So if you know that you've been trained for a long time, that's actually not a bad thing, because if they can train you, then that means that you can train you, because clearly you're a good dog. You're a good dog.
They not
you're a good dog. I'm sorry to say, but you're a really good boy.
But it's not even your fault, because the people that trained you were also just trained.
Yeah, they were
just
trained
doing
too.
Their job, really. And so it's just up to you to realize, wait a minute, the jobs we're doing are terrible and shitty, and it's time to do something about it. And the more people that start to break out the matrix, the more people start to break the matrix. Like, that shit fucks up, and then there won't be no more matrix. Or at the very least, it'll be a different type where you get to actually actively create the life you want to live, and we all get to be happy.
Exactly. Exactly. The first step is knowing that you're in it. The first step is knowing that you've been trained. The first step is knowing that you've been kind of moving in a way that was taught to you versus moving in a way that you actually want to move. We should dive deep into like past decisions that we've made. Like, if there's anything that you've tried to do in the past and it did not work, maybe it didn't work because maybe it's not really you. Maybe it didn't work because they told you that it was you, and then you put your all into it, and then you broke down when it didn't work out, but it was never meant for you.
Yeah, because
that's just what they wanted for you.
Yep. You can only align with things that are resonating with like your specific energy and vibrations or whatever. If something's not for you, you can't force it no matter how much you want it. Same goes the opposite. If something is for you, you basically can't run from it no matter how much you want to.
Thanks.
You get to choose what vibrational level you want to be on and what kind of stuff you want to attract. And that's like when you start taking intentional steps to do things or not do things for that matter, that's when you change your vibrations, and that's when you can attract different things.
Exactly. Yeah, because we're not just going to sit here and tell you what the matrix is. We're going to tell you how to get out if you want to know.
Yeah, because some people choose to stay in it because it's easier that way. Or because whatever fear they have or whatever, maybe like, you know, because some people don't think that we are truly supposed to be free. And that ain't got nothing to do with me. Y'all do what you do. But over here, we are free and limitless, baby.
Exactly. So, over here, we determine what we want to be despite any setbacks, any failures, anybody telling us that we can't do it. We do what we want to do. That's what we do over here. Like, and we don't work in the matrix.
Excuse me. No, hell no. And the thing is that, like, the things that you actually are into and want to do and want to be and that actually resonate with you, that's the case because it's supposed to be that way. That's who you are supposed to be. Those things want you to tap into it. Thanks. And plus, there's a whole collective out there waiting for you to tap into what you got so you can give it to them. Like, it's somebody waiting on what you have to say. Just like it's somebody out there waiting right now to hear what we saying.
Exactly.
And it would have never happened unless we took the chance to step out there and break through the matrix.
Yeah, and that's another thing about the matrix too. You can't just like break out and then just leave. Like, the purpose of you breaking out is so that you can bring the torch back into the darkness and get other people out as well.
Like Harriet Tubman.
Just like Harriet Tubman, you know what I'm saying? So basically this episode is gonna help you figure out how to break out the matrix and then make money helping other people break out the matrix as well. If the matrix is an illusion, then the only way to break out of an illusion would to simply be delusional. Simply just that.
Not delulu.
Yes, baby, you have to be delusional, because if you're not delusional, you're still a part of the illusion. Yeah,
because if you think about it this way, if you think about something that you would consider delusional, it's probably just something that you've or associated with being weird or different, because there's a certain way that we should be as a society. And when somebody dares to divert from that, then they're imperfect and they're delusional.
Yeah, because you're leaving the collective consciousness at that point. And here's the thing about collective consciousness. If we're all in the same consciousness right now, when it rises, we can all still be on that upper one as well. That's why when you come out of the matrix, it's kind of your job to help raise, not forcibly, but like it's kind of your job to help bring other people up to that higher consciousness. But you can do that by simply just being higher yourself. Exactly. Like, you don't have to do too much.
Exactly. Just going back into what you're saying, You can't force nobody to do nothing. This is just a suggestion, and if you want to buy it, go ahead. I'm trying to help you for free game right now. But like, just like the saying, you can lead a horse to the water, but you can't make him drink it. Like, that's the same with humans and however they think, and like they have to be wanting to change themselves. Just like J. Cole said, don't save her. She don't want to be saved. And you just gonna break yourself, and you gonna keep hurting yourself trying to save somebody else that just don't want to be saved.
Exactly.
That's really counterproductive, because now nobody's going nowhere, and if anything, you going back to where you was.
In order to leave the matrix, you have to increase your consciousness. You have to be intentionally aware of what you're doing every single day.
And what you're not doing, because that's important too.
Yeah. So if you know you're living like an endless loop and you're doing the same shit every single day, first up is be aware. Let's say you wake up and you reach for your phone immediately. Stop, wait a second, say, oh, I just opened my eyes and I'm already reaching for TikTok at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Why am I doing that?
Yeah, why am I doing that? Start questioning the shit that you've been doing. Keep doing it until your consciousness of doing it. Like,
and not only the things you're doing, but the things that you're thinking, the things that you're believing.
Yeah.
Because
question everything.
Literally, because
everything.
Like I said earlier, the people that have trained you have just been trained, and maybe they've been trained the wrong way. So you have to be willing to find out for yourself.
When you're questioning things, we're not telling you that everything you're doing is wrong. Maybe you'll question something and you'll realize, okay, I'm actually cool with doing this, or I actually really want to do this. Yeah. But we want you to just be aware that it's really something you want to do, or be aware if it's not something you want to do, but you don't know until you question it.
Exactly. And the things that you don't question will continue to just run your life
automatically. You're on autopilot. Can you believe that shit? Like everything that you do every single day is like clockwork. Yeah. Clockwork. And then you're wondering like, oh, how do I get out of the matrix? Nigga, stop doing the same clockwork every fucking day. Yeah. Hello?
And to break it down a little bit so that we can break it down into little smaller steps. Just think that your beliefs influence your thoughts influence your actions, and your actions yield results. Therefore, if you want to change your actions, if you want to change your results in your situation, you have to go back and change, or think about changing your beliefs and your mindset.
And then your beliefs will change your actions, and then your actions will change your results. But your actions can't change if you're thinking the same shit every single day. So if you're waking up, you're reaching for your phone as soon as you open your fucking eyes, and you're not thinking about that shit, how are you supposed to stop doing that? You're not even thinking about what you're doing. You're just doing it. You see what I'm saying? It's as simple as keeping that thought in your head. Like, am I aware? Am I here right now? Am I here right now? Like, I be asking myself that, like, when I'm in a place, like when I'm with family or friends or somewhere that's important to me, I guess, I think to myself, am I here? I'm here.
Or somewhere else.
And then I put my phone down. I'll be like, I'm here. Yes. And I just sit there and I just take it in. Like, that's how you break out of the matrix. Because I'm going to tell you this, the matrix, they think they know you. Oh yeah, they think they know everything about you. Oh yeah, this bitch wake up at this time. She do this and this and this. She hang out with this person. She go here and here. Like, damn, they don't know you. You know you. So the best thing for you to do is confuse the motherfucker and start doing shit that only you know that you would do. Does that make sense? And like they gave you...
Be real.
Yeah. Because they gave you an identity. They gave you shit to like. They gave you shit to do. But what do you actually like?
They gave you the blueprint.
Yeah.
You just fell in there with
it. Do you actually like that? And if you don't, start doing things that they don't see coming. You know what I'm saying? Let's say you usually eat fast food all the time. Maybe one day, shit, you just make a healthy lunch and go on a random picnic. Yes. They're going to be like, damn, they've been usually in a McDonald's drive-thru right about now. What is she doing?
And
exactly, nigga.
Not only is that, I mean, it's not just to confuse the matrix or whatever. It's literally for your personal gain. Like, eating that healthy lunch instead of going out to McDonald's, first of all, it'll save you money in the long run. Second of all, it'll save you time. It'll save you a lot, but it'll also, like, improve your health.
Exactly. And you're ultimately breaking that cycle that you were on autopilot. you were on autopilot to be in that drive-thru.
Why are you doing that every day anyway? Are you lazy? You don't want to cook. You don't know how to cook. You don't think you can, or whatever the case may be.
Or you might just like to eat type shit, but
that's okay. But like, why are you every day literally going to the fast food?
Not even thinking about it. Yeah. But if you purposely say, no, you know what? I'm gonna go to the store. I'm gonna give me like, a couple sandwiches, whatever. It's like McDonald's. It's just a healthier sandwich, really. Yeah. Get you some fruit and maybe go sit out at the park or something. You're breaking that chain, and now you can start choosing healthier options because you skipped your usual fast food place.
Yeah, and it's like now you have the habit, and it's like you can do it if you really want to. It's not like something that's impossible, and that kind of puts you in the mindset that if you could do this, you could do anything. Like you can literally do anything. The actions and the decisions and the thoughts we make right now will influence us for the rest of our life. Not only do the things that we do now have like a butterfly effect on the things we do later, but those things are also making new neurological pathways in our brain so that we habitually and automatically do things without thinking, which is why it's important to be intentional and break some of those pathways that have created bad habits and things, so that they don't have to follow you to the future, or at least the outcome won't have to be so bad.
Yeah, because we're going to tell you right now, if you're that type of person that thinks the future you is just going to be so amazing and fantastic and great and she's going to save the day, nigga, your future you was looking at you now like, you're supposed to be doing that, nigga, so that I can be that. Yeah. How are they going to be that when you're not even doing what it takes to get to that? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense. So then you keep doing the same shit year after year after year, and then you're wondering how you got 5 years down the road and nothing's changed. You did nothing. You did nothing. You did the same shit, wishing and hoping that the future you would somehow change, but you didn't give it nothing to change for. Like, you didn't change it. So I don't understand how y'all think. What do y'all think the future is going to be? Look at what you do every single day now. That is what your future is going to be. And if you don't break it, if you don't switch it up, if you don't take roles that you never thought about taking before, you're going to get the same shit you got right now because you keep doing the same shit every day. Yeah. That is the Matrix.
Yeah, I think sometimes people like kind of don't really think about their future. I guess they really kind of just expect at some point along the way
expect it to be better,
the right path or whatever.
Yeah, how?
Like figure it out. Yeah,
how you gonna do that?
Figure it out. You got to do things to figure it out
today.
Yeah.
Today.
Yesterday, ideally. But
yes, like this is not a joke.
The better.
Yeah, because the future, let's be honest, the future does not exist. And it's just like the past. It ain't here.
The future is now.
It ain't here. Yeah. Right. I mean, I wouldn't say it's now. It is now technically, but it ain't here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now is here. And that's why now determines what you do in the future, because the future is being built now.
Yeah.
It's not gonna magically turn out differently if you're doing whatever you're doing now in the future. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, and this is the future from when we started this conversation. So and by the time we post this video, that'll be the future from this moment.
Exactly.
Every second is building upon the future. Every second is becoming the future.
Exactly.
Time. Isn't it relative?
So you know what? Now that we've touched on what the Matrix is, how you got in it, and how to get out of it, now we're going to tell you how to make money in the process of you leaving the Matrix, because you still live here. Like, we're still here. And as long as you're here, even though it might not be the Matrix, which is a collective consciousness, now that you're in a different, higher consciousness, you still have to make money in the place where the rest of the Matrix is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, we still have to be here. We still have to live here, even though we're on a different level, like consciously.
Yeah, because the Matrix is set up so that we have to have.
Yeah, we have to.
So
exactly. Yeah, that's just how it's set up.
To play the game, but it's okay because we can still win the game.
Yeah, because now that you're not in the Matrix, you're making money, but you're not making money on their terms. That's the good part. Like, you're making money doing something that you're actually passionate about, something that you care about, something that helps the world, something that leaves the world a better place. Like, that is what leaving the Matrix is, because now you're able to serve people other than yourself.
Yes, and once everybody starts, I mean, it's kind of like a, what do you call it? I don't know, like a snowball effect, if you will.
Yeah.
Everybody start helping everybody out. Like I said earlier, that's how you continue to dissolve the Matrix.
Exactly.
Because they don't they want division and unity. I mean, yeah, division.
Exactly. Yeah.
And together, we're stronger together. Like, it's a fact. The more heads we have, the stronger the intentions, the higher chance of the manifestation of manifesting.
Exactly. And if you didn't know how to manifest, the way that you manifest is you have to be aligned spiritually, mentally, and physically in order for your manifestations to come true. So if you have a desired reality and it's not the reality that you're currently in right now, your actions, your thoughts, and your intentions have to all be aligned with each other. If they're not all connected, if even one of them is missing, you won't be able to manifest. Maybe say you want to help animals, right? You want to help animals. You're passionate about animals. That's your intention. If you are not aligned, like physically, like you're not physically helping at zoos, you're not physically saving, rescuing animals, you're not physically out there in the field doing something related to animals. Let's say you work at Starbucks and you're passionate about animals, but you work at Starbucks. You clock in at your shift. After your shift, go be somewhere that aligns with your passion right after your shift, because your shift is the matrix, but you're trying to get out. Yeah. So if you're trying to get out, why wouldn't you intentionally put yourself somewhere where you could possibly be introduced to a person, a place, an organization, somewhere that can get you out and get you into your passion? That's what I'm saying. You have to be intentional. You have to do this shit on purpose. You can't just wait for a sign or wait for an opportunity. You have to go. Yeah. You have to go, because if you do not go, you're going to stay exactly where you are. Like, you have to do it on purpose. You have to physically, mentally sit and think, how do I get in align with my purpose? What do I need to do? Who do I need to contact? Where do I have to go? And you have to do it. Don't wait. Do not wait, or you're going to keep doing the same shit over and over, because the world doesn't owe you shit. So it's not going to say, oh, you like animals? Here's a chance. No.
Matter of fact, that's literally,
it's not going to do that.
All of that from you. They don't care about you being passionate. They don't give a fuck about that. They just care about you making money for them. Shit.
That's why you have to be serious for yourself. You have to be serious about whatever you care about, and you have to attack it like an animal. We're animals. Like, we're human beings, but we have very animalistic ways, and we express our animalistic ways all the time. Violence, drugs, all types of stuff. But instead of doing shit that hurts you, use that same energy to attack your passions. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say, like, again, back to the example, you're a barista at Starbucks and you had a shitty day at work. Use that anger. Don't take it out on the customer, because that's what the Matrix wants you to do. Because if you take it out on the customer, the Matrix just swallowed your energy, nigga. It just ate it all up. So don't take it out on the customer. Chill on the customer. Wait till after your shift. Use that anger, that energy that you got, and make calls. Make calls. Call every zoo in your city. Hey, do y'all have internships? Hey, do y'all have opportunities? Hey, do you have this? Do you have that? See what you can get.
Do you know anybody that? Because it's all about who you know, really.
Yeah, use that energy. For yourself. Do not give it to the Matrix. The Matrix wants to suck you dry.
That's how they continue to keep the Matrix alive. We keep falling for their traps.
Yeah, and this goes for traffic. When people piss you off, when people attack you, when people try to discourage you and shit on your dreams, this is all the Matrix trying to stop you.
Energy vampires.
Exactly, they're trying to stop you. So your best bet is to, one, give no reaction. Practice not reacting to shit, please, because you're not doing shit but charging the motherfucker up. Like, you're charging the motherfucker up. So don't react. Take any energy or any vibes or anything that you feel, keep that shit in, ball it up, and then shoot shoot towards your
that's funny.
Your passions and stuff. That's how you get out. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, don't just ball up your emotions and not let it escape, because that's how you create problems. Turn that energy into something else. And it's okay to experience these emotions and shit, because we're human, but don't let it, like,
don't give it to them, though. Yeah, don't give it to them.
Yeah, exactly, about the reaction. But that still doesn't mean you don't have to feel some type of way. Like she said, just take your feelings.
Yeah, just put it in there
and
then
create.
Shoot. Yeah, you're still using the feelings. Like, you're still using that energy, but you're not using it towards the people in the matrix. You're using it against it by aligning that energy with your intentions and your passions and stuff. That's how you break out. I'm telling y'all, we putting y'all on game. Like, we putting y'all on game.
That's what they do not want you to know.
Exactly.
Yeah, people are trying to tell y'all better listen up.
And we learned this shit through real life experiences. So we doing this shit. We doing it with y'all. Like, we're not just talking to y'all about the shit. We're with y'all. We're doing the same shit that we're talking about. It's not easy.
I mean, this is an example of us doing our own breaking out of the matrix. Us being here on screen helping y'all right now.
Yeah.
This is
because we don't usually do this. Yeah. We have never done this before. So we're breaking out of the matrix by doing this right now.
Also, when opportunities are presented to you, don't just ignore them because it's like, oh, I didn't fight for this or whatever. Like, those opportunities that are there, I mean, of course, follow how you feel. Because if you feel it ain't right, then it ain't for you. It's for somebody else. I want you to also think about not doing something because you think it's not the right choice, or like, don't try to make it where there are so many choices for you that you don't know where to start. Literally just start somewhere, because as long as you don't quit, you can't fail. Even if the thing that you ended up choosing is something that you don't necessarily resonate with, at least now you know, and you can move from there. That might even grant you a different opportunity. Like, while you are in the situation where you don't necessarily find yourself vibing with, maybe that was a step to lead you towards something that you do vibe with. Maybe you learn something about yourself and you realize that you know a little better where you need to go. So, like, just don't be scared to basically jump off the ledge. As long as you trust yourself, trust the process, you're gonna make it all right.
Right. Exactly. So, yeah.
And it probably won't look exactly how you want it to, because for a lot of reasons, but there's always bigger and better for you. Just because you don't get what you want don't mean you're not going to get what you asked for. I don't know if that makes sense, but just keep going. You're going to get there eventually.
Yeah, because we're not sitting here telling you that shit's going to change overnight. That's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen.
Y'all can look at our views. Y'all can go check for yourself. Yeah. Right now, we still low, but we growing steadily. Exactly.
Yeah, so, it takes time. It takes consistently. Right. Love y'all real bad. But it takes time. It takes consistency, and it takes hard work and intention. Doing shit on purpose and not doing shit on autopilot. That is the whole highlight of this video. Yeah. Do shit on purpose, on your terms, because you said so. Not because that's what you always do, but because you said so. Yeah. That changes. You don't even understand how much that shakes the matrix, because they think they know you. Again, they know what you do, but they don't know you. And you have to show them that they don't know you.
Exactly. Because by you just continuing to do what they told you to do, that's proving their point.
That's showing that they got you. Yeah. Exactly. We're going to close out the video with saying that even though you're the type of person that knows you're in the matrix and you're breaking out of it and things like that, that doesn't necessarily mean everybody around you is gonna like that. There are, of course, I'm pretty sure you guys know that most of the world pretty much likes the Matrix. They might act like they don't, but they like it.
Yeah, they're real comfortable.
They like it. They love it, actually.
And try, whether it's what do you call it, intentionally or not, they be trying to keep other people in the Matrix. So if they fighting so hard to keep you in the Matrix, you might as well break out and use that same energy trying to get niggas out of it. Shit.
Yeah, they want you to stay because it makes them uncomfortable to see people leave, because they don't necessarily want to leave because they're comfortable.
Probably because they are not strong enough to think for themselves. So they're like, oh, wow, they're doing it. I don't think that's right. Yeah,
and then seeing you, it may trigger a lot of shit. People may start leaving your life, your family, your partner, whatever. They may actually start leaving you because y'all not on the same wavelength anymore, and it makes them uncomfortable. It makes people uncomfortable to see other people grow, because it exposes how they're not growing. So I personally have lost a lot of people just by simply breaking out of the Matrix, and I really don't give a damn. I don't give a fuck.
For the best, because when you do that, you realize that you were never really being yourself. So you were attracting all these vibrations and people, situations that were aligning with something lower than what you actually are. So once you
and then them people think they know you.
Yeah.
Them people in the Matrix think that they know you.
So
but
when you start
really
changing,
don't.
they're gonna be shook. They're gonna
be like, who are you? Yeah.
Like, you did it. The fuck? But no, for real, like, it just really exposes the things that are, and people that are really for you and the ones that are not. And you should be grateful for that, because you should want somebody and people and situations and everything in your life that's 100% real and authentic, not nothing fake. Something that actually basically pours into you the way you pour into it. And
exactly.
So,
yeah. Breaking out of Matrix comes with consequences, and that is one of the consequences. You will lose
but
everything.
You have to make sacrifices in order to grow, because you cannot get new stuff and better stuff if your hand is already full of old shit. You gotta let that shit
you
go.
cannot drag it into the outside. Like, if it belongs to the Matrix, it belongs here. You can't take it.
And that's okay, because trust me, there's bigger and better for you. But you have to trust that for yourself. You have to be willing to take that leap of faith.
Exactly.
All I can do is tell you, I mean, you can see. I don't gotta say shit, really.
Yeah.
You'll be able to see what happened when I jumped out of the Matrix. So the choice is yours.
Yeah. And you know what? We have a secret society called the Green Elites, and we all jump out of the Matrix with each other together. So if you're interested in joining the Green Elites, click the link below to apply today.
Yes. So
yeah, we break out the Matrix together. We make money together,
and we have fun together. It's all about community, wealth, and freedom.
Community, wealth, and health.
Yes.
So don't think that you're alone. Like, you don't have to be alone. Like, we're breaking out of the Matrix together, and we invite you to join us if you're worthy, of course.
Ooh. See if you got what it takes.
So you will have to be vetted, but if you want to go ahead and start the process, you already know what to do.
Yep. So we'll see you there if you fair and square. Looking at. But I think that's about a wrap for today.
Yep. That's it for episode 6, guys. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.